Hello everyone. Today on CrewTube, I've been getting a lot of requests from people to do a good thorough debrief of at least one dive. So I'm going to take the jump from Saturday, March 22nd, the very last jump number 4 that we did on our 36-way. And we're going to pretend like it's a bad weather day and Andrew Dominski is doing the debrief. Let's go. So before we start, let's do a big shout out to Kirk Van Zant for timing all these, grading all these, coming up with a scheme here to try to evaluate to make sure that we can exceed our 100 way this November. Having said that, we have the A and B criteria dives that we had. On this particular jump, we had 54%. We had 5 A's, 14 B docks on there, so 54% of all the docks were what we need for the world record. So if we only look at this jump, we're halfway there. But 31% were C's, so all we need to do is a little bit of tweaking there, and we can get even closer to our goals on making the 100 way. So Kirk timed us from the time we exited until completion on there. Took us 4.8 minutes, 290 seconds. Everyone probably knows I wear a fly sight on there, and so we can do it by time, and we can look at the fly sight data, and we're falling about 1,350 feet per minute for this 36 way. And lastly, from Kirk's data here, he times each individual 4-way, 9-way, 16-way. And so we can see the rows 2, 3, and 4s did not make our goal of what we would need to build a 100-plus way. But our row 5s and 6s, our 25-way and 36-way, came to the game here and did a really good job. The 25-way averaged 6.8 seconds for each person. That's a great average. That's definitely what we need to break the record. And the 36-way averaged 9.7. So again, that's in the ballpark there. So kudos to row 5 and 6, and we're going to see more of them here in a little bit. All right, and here's our first glimpse as the video person comes by the group here. And as we can see, number 3 is already behind the formation quite a bit, so in a not good position. But what I'd really like to point out here is the row 3 wing, the right row 3 wing is in a super position front to back. You can see right there he's dead even with the formation. Really, really great positioning there for that row 3 wing as we look. And now we zoom in here so we can watch. And good job on the person who went low and behind there, number 3, picking up his legs. We can definitely get smaller. We're doing okay. But what I really want to look at is where number 4 is in that rainbow canopy off to the left there. And let me show you where he should be. So here in this figure here shows where he should be in the formation. And then let's draw a path of how I want to go. So what I want to do is I want to tuck just underneath the number 2 there as we come in, and then keep my canopy docking right in between the slider, or right around the slider would be optimal to keep it in there. But he's just staged a little bit too far there. I would be a little bit closer and probably a full canopy below where he's at. And then the other thing I want to talk about was the timing. He should have anticipated right where I froze this screen here is where he should start his approach. So it looks like number 3 is about 3 seconds out, so he should already be starting to make his move to come in. Again, we're trying to dock 3 to 6 seconds later. That's almost for everybody in the formation. And we can't sit there and wait for somebody to dock and then start our move. And number 3 docks there, and now we're going to watch number 4 start down the back in the burble. Look at his canopy get thrown around there. He's totally not in control coming in by the burbles there. And as he comes in, he picks up his feet just a little bit, but not enough to give him a big advantage there. All right, so we're going to back it up and zoom out here, and let's take a look at where the row 3 wings are positioned there. And first of all, we need to be able to dock between the shoulder and the slider. And so I drew a line here to show you where the canopy should be coming in. And if I look at the right row 3 wing, sitting pretty good actually. We're only like 2-3 feet below. The lockup is in a good altitude, but you can see the lockup is like 10-12 feet behind that wing over there. So not such a good front to back on there, but looks good on altitude. Over on the left side, we've got this pink, white, and black canopy sitting way high, not way high, sitting higher, full canopy higher than he needs to be, which is perfectly fine. Anybody has room that needs to lock them up can definitely have a path to do that. And then we can just see that lockup coming into frame there. Lockup's definitely behind the formation, 15, maybe 20 feet behind the formation there. You can see how much larger that canopy is. Much rather see this over on the right side, what we're seeing, than on the left side there. All right, so now we're watching. Again, while number 4 is going, we have to be able to hold our position. Both row 3 wings are doing a fairly decent position of where they're at. Both of them slightly below where they need to be docking, but again, they're waiting for number 4 to come in. They can see that front to back distance on number 4, knowing that he's not getting there too quickly. And then now that number 4 is in there, let's take a look at their altitude. Both wings are about a half a canopy below, and again, that's our furthest criteria we want for them to be below. But then again, look at this lockup over here, the yellow-blue lockup, how far behind the formation is there. Definitely we don't want to be far behind on there. Now his altitude is good. You can see his altitude, he's definitely right in between the shoulder and the slider where he needs to be, but he's just too far behind the formation. All right, so the wings are now committing. Here they come over on the left side. Look at him docking on the left side. Very, very nice altitude there. Let's see how he plants it. The lockup's at a good altitude there. Over on the right side, we're just a little bit low, and the lockup is actually on a good altitude, just farther behind, probably 10 feet behind his wing there. So let's see how they dock. On the left side, we got sucked behind the back. Oh, and then here comes number 9 for the first time in our picture here. Again, number 9 came in behind the formation. Altitude is okay, but we should have seen number 9 already. We've got the wing is docked. The lockup is only 2-3 seconds away from locking up that wing, and we should see, especially since he owns that whole area over there on the left, we should see that number 9 already closer where I drew the other circle here on the right. All right, so now look at this lockup here. The lockup is actually in a good altitude. On there, we definitely want to be between the shoulder, get that top skin above the burble, which is good. But look at his body. He's starfish there saying, hey, I want to slow down. I don't want to dock quickly. Over on the right side, altitude looks very, very good here. Let's see what happens. And over on the right side, we got sucked behind the back there. Having a hard time getting locked up. It's hard to see there, but the wing actually grabbed a hold of the left lockup there. That's not so cool. I know Chris's canopy's in the way. But let's take a look at number 9. Number 9 is way high. We're 2 positions higher than we need to be, and we're back into that dirty air behind the formation. So definitely a place where I don't want to be if I'm number 9. It's a good opportunity to practice following your echelon coming in and getting ready to lock up a wing or another lockup for that matter.
All right, reset, make it smooth.
And here comes our right wing docking in there. And look at how far behind that lockup is on the right side. Again, he's way back there, way higher than he needs to be. So now, if he's going to do front risers, he's going to pull in extra speed. Instead, we're going to just sit here up in the burble a little bit and get washed around. Altitude is okay. We're trying to keep that canopy above the body burble there. Our number 9 now is at a decent altitude, but we're almost way back where Chris is back there behind the formation, and definitely should be further forward and ready to strike in faster there. So washing a little bit around on that right lockup, and then here comes the number 9. We're getting into the burble now. We got our body big, and so let's see how much longer it takes for number 9 to dock here. If he would have just made his body small, he would have already been docked. All right, let's rewind this and let's watch the row 4 wings come in. So first glance here, I drew a line here, shoulder height, and you see we're about canopy low. Now, number 9 still has a ways to get there or whatever, but nevertheless, it would be nice if we went ahead and was already at the proper altitude there. But we'll see how it turns out. But right now, that's a little bit lower than where I would want to be sitting. But even worse is the lockup there on the yellow canopy next to him got low, got drugged as well. And again, this is what we were talking about before, about you should be able to fix it, right? And this person got drugged down low there. The front to back looks okay on both those guys. Over on the other side, you can see we're maybe 1.5 system heights higher, but we are, gosh, it looks like 18, 20 feet behind the formation here. So we're way behind the formation. You can see the canopy there is about the same size as where Chris's canopy is. So definitely on the high side there. But what's worse is that front to back. Definitely too far back here. All right, so now we got the lockup on that side. We got number 9 coming in. We got the right wing over there and a little bit of cross control holding. So let's go over and zoom on the left side here, and you can see the left side we got some cross control action going, and now we're only about half a system below. The yellow canopy also is creeping up. The yellow canopy actually looks a little bit in a better position here. So they got lucky that number 9 took so long and that they were able to get in there. The next lockup under this white and dark canopy here, definitely a great altitude. I love the altitude, but we're too far behind. It looks 10, 12 feet behind the formation there. And then you can also see the next person back there, the next lockup. Too far behind. So we just keep getting further and further behind. So let's go over and look at the right side over here. The wing here looking pretty good. We're only about 2 feet below, 3 feet below where we need to be here. So very nice job parking it. And then we got the lockup. Great altitude, but the lockup again a little bit behind there. It looks like 7, 8 feet behind the formation. We definitely don't want to be that far behind. All right, let's let it play and see how they come in. All right side on there first. Looks like pretty good altitude. Looks like right at the waist over there. The lockup still on a good altitude on the right side under that pink and purple canopy. But again, we're too far behind. And then look at the right side wing has already docked, and we want to be locking them up 3 to 6 seconds behind, and look at the distance out there. So we're going to leave that wing out there. Over on the left side, I like the altitude here of the wing and the lockup, looking a little bit better than the opposite side there. But we've got another lockup, looks like a little bit low there. Now, what I want to do is I just circled and zoomed in on the echelon out here. And watch this echelon. This is the row 5s coming in. And so the echelon following the wing is leading in those So super job on that. Very noteworthy. Both the rows 5 and 6 is there. All right. So backing up again here, we're watching that left wing come in there. Beautiful job putting it up on the shoulder. The lockup, a little bit low in the yellow canopy there. Would like to see him another half a slot higher. The next lockup under this dark and white canopy, excellent. Altitude, we're just still behind the formation here. Over on the right side, we're finally getting in there with the pink and purple canopy. And there he docks. And we'll watch the next lockups here. All right, so over on the, actually all 3 of these look really good right now. All the altitudes are great, the distances are great. So all 3 of those that I just circled look good. Over on the left side, this rainbow type canopy, look at the distance, how far out we are over there. So could we be there in 3 to 6 seconds? I don't know. We'll go ahead and watch that. Over on the right side, looks like we're doing okay. Let's see how that plays out.
To the right, keep it smooth.
All right, I'm going to pause it here. Watch this canopy here, how we have the energy, and then boom, we use that outside toggle to stop it. And then we're parked there, only like 3 feet away, 2 feet away from the canopy. So great job using that outside toggle to stop that energy. Over on the right side, look at how far behind we are. We're at least half the distance between Chris and the formation there. Altitude's good. Got a very big body there again. If we're ever behind, we should try to get that automatic reaction there, getting our body small to come in. Over on the left side, the lock up there is at a weird angle. Let's see how that plays out. Let me back it up here and zoom out. Let's watch this. Yeah, there's that left side lockup getting behind all the burble over there. Not the best. On the right side, coming in at a good altitude. Oh boy, look at all that burble. Yeah, if we would have just got our body small on the right, we would have been in there 5 seconds ago. So let's pause it and let's take a look over here at our row 5s coming in. So we've got the left row 5 is sitting out here in cross control. We're only like 3 feet low. Great positioning. While we're waiting for the lockups and that number 16 to come in there. And then this green and white canopy over on the left. I'm liking that altitude too. A little bit behind. We're like 7-8 feet behind the formation. But I'm liking the altitude. Over on the right side, look at this yellow and orange canopy. Perfect. We know that formation is going to sink just a little bit, so we don't need to be on the exact one. We just need to be able to time it where we can come in nice and flat, and then we can lead that group coming in. So we're looking good. All right, we got sweet 16 coming on there. Same thing for 16. If we would have got our body small, we would have been in there already. So how many times have I talked about the body, and we've got to be able to get our body small if we're ever behind. All right, so paused it. Let's take a look over on the right side. So if I look at where the right wing needs to dock, he is on the perfect level there. I really like that. And I also like his lockup in that. Now the lockup is further behind. Look how much bigger that canopy is in the perspective here. So we're 7-8 feet behind probably, maybe more over there, but definitely behind. Over on the left side, this is a blue and darker blue canopy, the wing. Look at how high he is. He is almost a full position high, but by being higher like that, it's definitely going to give more room for our lockups. And look at both of those lockups right there that I just circled. Both of them have the great altitude where they can come in with some power and some speed. So let's let it play and see how it plays out.
5.
Both wings coming in there. Wow, amazing. Look at both of the wings, the altitudes there. Both of them on the shoulder. The one over on the left looks like he just parked it to where he's making that guy reach. It'd be nice if he could reach onto the line instead of the canopy. Remember, our goal is to never ever touch fabric. If we can get that line over on the right side, he's not giving him an opportunity to put his hand on it. And so look at the altitude that he's at. So super job, both wings right there. And both of their lockups on the left side, the green and white one, just slightly low, but still workable. And over on the right side, the rainbow canopy is the perfect one. I really like what I see right there. It looks like he's starting to use a little bit of brake there to slow down his approach towards the formation. And we got our next lockup over here, looking good over on the left side, and the far left lockup there, looking pretty good. So let's let it play, see how that plays out. All right, we got the lockups coming in, the two there that I just circled, both of them looking really good. Over on the left side, you can see definitely got it at the slider level. We can definitely get both grips on that super fast. Just a really good job. And actually over on the right side too, you can see the right catcher over there. He's got his arm directly 90 degrees out. He's only able to grab the A line there, and you can already see the grip being taken from that rainbow lockup on there. So super job on both of those guys coming in. Over on the right side, the next guy coming in behind the formation. Look at the size of his canopy. It looks like the same size as Chris's canopy. So he's definitely 12, 15 minimum feet behind the formation over there. So I'm not too happy with that. And then we've got this canopy over on the left. Look at how low we went. He's a full slot lower there on the left in order to come in. This next person over here, I believe that's going to be the number 25 way. Looks pretty good in that position. He's nice and high there. So let's see how this plays out. Both those lockups coming in, very nice. What I'm not happy with here is this red, white, and blue lockup coming in over on the other side. Maybe that might be my 25. Let's watch it play out. I'll bet it is. So that yellow and orange canopy over on the left was actually a wing. So sorry, kudos on that. Looking good. So I'm not happy with the number 25 there. There I just circled both of our wings. So let's look at our wing level over on the left. Phenomenal job. Look at that. We're maybe a half a position high over on the left. Over on the right, the altitude's great. A little bit behind. Not so happy with the front to back, but we still got 3 more docks to go. So let's see how that plays out there. We've got the lockup over on the left side. Just slightly behind, maybe 5-7 feet behind his wing over there. Altitude is okay. Again, that wing was just slightly high over on the left side. So that's not too bad of positioning there. All right, so I just circled this wing over here. I want you to watch the wing. Only watch the wing. We'll come back and watch the rest of this. Look at how much area he's taken up. All right, and then Chris just said, go ahead and come in. So I just paused it. So we've got different techniques that we can hold in the area. We could be doing front riser dumps. We could be stabbing our toggles. Of course, everybody now seems to want to do the cross control. But this is my other go-to here that I like to do. I like to do those sachets. And so if you want to rewind it and watch there, doesn't take up a lot of room. You can see the lockups can still have plenty of room to come in. You don't really scare them away too bad. So kudos on that left wing over there doing that. And so as I froze it here with both wings, look at the altitude. The one on the left there, the yellow and I don't know, pink or orange canopy, whatever color that is. Look at the altitude on here. Amazing altitude, amazing. Over on the right side, we're just a little bit low. Not more than half of a canopy though. The next lockup over on the right side here, the white and with the green canopy, the altitude is great, but look how far behind we are. We're 7-8 feet behind the formation. Not exactly the good front to back there, but the altitude's good. And this red, white, and blue lockup below him, Also not on a bad one. We're only about half of system height low on there, but our front to back, we're even further back. So again, this is a chance to fix it. We should have stayed up on the wall, even with the formation, however you want to state that. But we probably allowed this white and green one to get us even further behind. Not sure how we got there. Over on the left side, this white and blue lockup, definitely on a great altitude. We're a full system height higher. I think I'd want to be a little bit lower. I'd want to lock him up 3 to 6 seconds. So I definitely want to be a little bit closer to that so I can get him locked up, and we'll let it play. Again, beautiful job over on that left side wing over there. The lockups are in there. Okay, let's zoom in on the right side. What I want to do is I want to look at this here. But what I want to do is I want to put this in slow motion so you can come up and boom, even though we were on the perfect altitude right there, what happened? We got sucked behind the back. Now, maybe you didn't notice, but I seem to notice here, that is the 9th dock where somebody got, when they came in, that they were at a good altitude and they got behind the back. That's like 25% of almost all these docks. We're getting too far behind. What do we want to do? We want to put that A-line attachment right on the shoulder so we cannot get sucked behind. Now that lockup, or the wing, is out there hanging, and we're not getting him locked up. So it's going to make extra work for this rainbow colored canopy guy to walk him out. We've already made contact with the red, white, and blue canopy down below. We have a little bit of uncertainty here. So good job on the red, white, and blue canopy down there. Let's see how this plays out here. We've got the pink canopy. Altitude, not too bad. We're only about one system height too low. But again, look at the front to back distance. And again, if we're behind, we should see those feet coming up there. Over on the left side, looking good. Really good altitude. Front to back looks good. I'm very, very impressed with that. Let's wait to see what kind of time we get on that. And this purple and orange canopy, altitude's great. We're just a little bit behind. And then this one here that I circled is even further behind. Looks like we're even with Chris back there. So we got to be like 20 feet behind the formation. Just not a good place to be. Again, we need to learn to be on the fence, on the wall, even with the formation. And we need to learn how to come in and get rid of that power. Usually the outside brake is best on that. All right, so here we go, watching these lockups coming in. Definitely should be getting the feet up there, guys, right? All right, so we paused it here. We're circling this canopy on the right side. And again, we're behind the formation. Look at the size difference here. We got to be 10, 12 feet behind the formation. Over on the left side, that orange and purple one looks pretty good. They're coming in, so shouldn't be an issue there. And then now we're getting our first glimpse on number 36 here in the picture, and we're way back there by Chris. I hope they don't run into Chris. Let's keep watching that one. Got the left side, should have put it up on the shoulder. Instead, we're trying to get that canopy pushed out to him. Over on the right side, a little bit of a better finish on the dock there. I wish we would have had a little better path. And here comes number 36 coming in. Nice height on 36. If we would have had the feet up, we would have been locked in there 3 to 5 seconds sooner. Again, get that feet up. I know we think we're coming in fast, but you're not coming in that fast. You've already heard my speech about how fast you can come in. We can come in with a lot of speed as long as we hit it symmetrical. So let's watch this starburst. Boom, nice. Wow, this is really impressive. Look at the left row 6 come out, the left row 5, the left row 4. Beautiful, 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 and no issues on that. So the majority of those look good on the starburst. And then the last thing I want to talk about here, again, thank you, Kirk Van Zandt. So once we're done with this, Kirk always puts together an overall scheme here, and with the diamond to see how we're doing. Again, you can look at that row 5. Everybody in the row 5s was either an A or a B docker. So if you want to know how to dock Go back and watch this row 5s coming in. So they're all graded A's and B's. Got a lot of A's and B's on the row 6 as well, but quite a few C's there as well. But you can kind of see where I had a little stumbling block up there with some D's and F's. But overall, this was our fastest build at Spring Fling. And thank you, Kirk. We love you, Kirk.
All right,
So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to replay the video for you. I'm not going to pause it, so that way you can watch it and rewind at your own leisure. And hopefully this gives you a much better idea about what we're looking for. And I hope it was a good debrief for you. Thanks.
Go on in there, Keith. All right, next row, make it smooth. All right, reset, make it smooth.
Base is going to start working 10 degrees to the right. 10 degrees.
Get on in there, son. Number 9, go ahead and reset. Get in there. Row 4 wings, go ahead on in. Keep it smooth. Remember, Brian, fading to the right. Keep it smooth.
We're on heading.
All right, let's keep it arching and flying fast. Keep it arching and flying fast. Row 5s, you're cleared to dot. Row 5s.
10,000.
Nice, keep it smooth, keep it smooth. Row 6s, come on in. Lock up, stay smooth. Lock up, stay smooth. All right, Sophie, come on in. Sophie, come on in. Little front riser, just a little. All right, Brian, you are complete.
All right, we're above 8,000, so we're going to do a run back. Starburst, starburst! 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, break. Remember, run back, run back.
Make sure you got a clear